You, but all weekend, everywhere I was looking, balloon, 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 balloon. The balloon was literally and figuratively the shiny object. It is a distraction, and too many fell for it. It's not that it wasn't real, but it just doesn't really matter. Biden is bad because the balloon looms, the dastardly dirigible. It became a metaphor for his weakness. Then came the move to blow it up, and then the counter. If you want to worry about balloons, there were more of them on Trump's watch. And then, of course, Trump's people said, no, that's a lie because we only believe what we like. Sound familiar? It should, because this is the same game that we were playing the week before about classified documents. You see what I'm saying? It's a different field, same game. You did something bad, you're weak and terrible. No, you did it even worse. That's the game. Reductive. Who is worse? Binary, zero sum. And it works for both sides, believe it or not. So what does the media do? Hey, you're interested? Here it is. You want to eat? We'll feed you. All weekend, right? And the right wound up weaponizing that balloon more than China ever apparently planned to. All these lawmakers talking tough about China are just that, talking. If they want to walk the walk, don't talk about this stupid balloon. Talk about America's ballooning debt. Okay? That's the threat that China poses, not this stupid thing that they sent over here. China holds, as a foreign entity, at the top, if not most, of a foreign power holding our debt in the form of treasuries. Now, these same big talkers who say China, 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 right? They're the ones who allowed the debt to grow tremendously in the last administration. Where was their concern then about China's leverage? But the balloon is easier, right? So they talk about when and how to burst the balloon. But they won't pass laws and do more than yap about our border that is bursting with drugs. Threats to our country, national threat, national security threat, Mexican drug cartels. Mexican-made fentanyl is on course to kill more of us than any foreign enemy ever has. The Mexican cartels make a mockery of the mafia. They make them look like little children. They are attacking us in ways even China never could. But the balloon, that's what gets the attention. Now, if you want something to worry about, something to focus on, something to lament, look at Turkey. The earthquake there, that region sits on this funky fault line. You can Google it and you'll see it's very susceptible. But like this, the dead now is in the thousands. It is by all expectation going to balloon, pun intended, to well over 10,000. It's very cold there. It's a harsh time of year. Over 5,000 buildings were leveled. Children are being rescued by the hour. Adults, children from rubble, freezing again. So if you want to worry about something, if you want to pay attention on something, if you want to say, what can we do? What can we do? Well, here's the situation right now that demands the world's attention. But it ain't getting talked about like that balloon. And if you want to worry about war, well, China may be starting a war. This may be some war. This is salvo, this balloon. Look, China is more of a threat to our interests with its support of Russia and what's going on in Ukraine than anything it's doing with balloons. That's why I'm going over there at the end of the week, as I said at the top of the show. It is the job to show you the reality, and News Nation should be in the business of doing exactly that. And it matters. It matters to our present and future interests, including the unspoken cost to Americans who decided to go over there to make a difference. It was what surprised me most when I was there this summer before I came to News Nation. I kept bumping into veterans. They're helping with logistics, helping out with orphanages, helping out with people figuring out whether or not they'd have power and getting them generators. And yes, some were doing military strategy. And yes, some of them were dealing in the field with helping people operate in their own defense. So I'm going. And I want to come back with stories and tell you from there the reality. And I want you to know it's not just about them. It's about us, literally, in terms of who's fighting and dying.